So I have been doing a lot of reflecting, not because it's Scorpio season, just because I'm ready to evolve and I feel like I need to graduate when it comes to evolving. So excuse me over all this noise. One thing I am learning is not to do a video outside. So this is part two. I was chased by some wasp and it just wasn't working out with the first video. But again, let me get back into my thought. I've been having a lot of thoughts lately, and I did start up a Patreon page to record this healing process that I am going through. The sidebar, the Patreon page that I am starting up is, as far as my healing process, it started off to be a physical healing to reach a negative diagnosis. For those who are just now tuning in to hear about my story, in 2006 at 19, I came up reactive on the HIV antibody test. And I don't even know why I'm bringing this up, to be honest with you, but I guess I'm just rambling. I'm not even rambling. This is what Spirit is telling me to do. Anyways, 2006, 19, I came up reactive on the HIV antibody test and found out that everything that we've ever been told about HIV is complete bullshit, complete BS. When I really started to do extensive research, when I started to reach out to people who've been studying this thing for 20 plus years, and I don't mean people who don't believe in those who have been teaching underground, like master teachers. I've even shared some videos in my the videos that you see on my page. If you go to watch the IGTV videos, you'll see that I posted a video with Dr. David Raznick and actually been on the phone with him. Extensive reading, extensive research, and then I took it upon myself to really be an activist when it comes to HIV by being what it is that I believe to be true, that I know to be true. Ever since I have been off of the meds in 2016, 10 years later, I got off of the HIV medication after being on them for 7 years. I had started in 2009. I have been the healthiest I've been since. And that's when I noticed that it was really just BS, because they tell you that you can't live a long, healthy life without being on the medication, which is really killing you in the first place. It's really toxic. So that's where my Patreon page is leading to. You can see the link to it in the link tree soon, but not now, because I want to accumulate enough videos so that you can see the journey as it progresses. So this is part of it. But also in the healing process, I've been healing more emotionally, because dis-ease is attached to our emotions. And if we're not healing from the inside out, then there's no real true healing happening. So I've been taking it upon myself to heal emotionally, and everything goes to fall into alignment the way life just does. So on this journey, within the past year and a half, almost 2 years, has been a major transition. Now that's a physical transition and a spiritual and an emotional transition. I have been homeless. I have lost everything as far as materials. And I mean, everything. Either I completely gave it away to someone that was in need, or I had to toss the rest of it. Besides books that I could hold on to, all of my books I held on to. Things that had more of sentimental value is what I held on to. Clothes, all of that, I had to start all over. And when I tell you that that was probably one of the best things to happen to me. I'm a cheerleader when it comes to challenges. When I start going through a challenge, when I feel my life transitioning and I'm faced with a challenge, I get super excited, because I know I'm gonna learn more about myself. So in this whole process, within a year and a half, I've been learning a lot about myself. It's been over a year and a half. Like I said, almost 2 years. I've learned so much about myself and who I am. And experiences in life are not here to destroy you or to punish you. It's to learn more about yourself. The people that you run into, seasons and reasons for folks, for material things, for whatever, they're there for a season and then they leave for a reason. They're there for a reason and then they leave after their season is done. None of us are supposed to hold on to grudges when it comes to the experiences that we have with people. That does not mean that we are to forgive someone and then all of a sudden be friends with them again. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the emotion that you hold on to, as far as that experience, when you continue holding on to that same emotion that you had in the experience when it was happening, you need to let it go after the experience is done. Because if you're still carrying it on into your next season, you're going to be stuck in the same season all over again. And it's for you to evolve and for you to enhance, and it's for you to just grow into who you're supposed to be. Now, if you have no goals in advancing or evolving into a better person, then of course you're going to stay stuck. And expect everything else around you to stay stuck too. You can't sit there and wish and pray for all these things that come into your life and you don't do any evolving whatsoever. You refuse to evolve. That's not how life works. When you evolve, everything else and everyone else around you will evolve. Even when I started in my healing process, when I began my healing process, I started to see people who were still stuck in their journey without healing. They started to fall off. I felt really bad about that too, because I felt like it was my fault. But no, there is no blame. It's not their fault. It's not my fault. That's how things have to end. How is none of our business. It's about what we want. And when we start to heal, we start to see that things start to work in our favor. And seasons and reasons for folks. Seasons and reasons for things. I couldn't take all of those old things that were in my old season into the new season. I have to start all over again. Yeah, it sucked when my car was taken away. Yeah, it sucked when I was evicted. But guess what? I knew that there was something bigger ahead of all of this, because I had seen the signs long before it happened. And maybe it was my fear that came into play. It was my fear of losing my car and my house, because I knew that I wanted to be on this journey as an artist, as a full-time artist. And I knew that there were going to be sacrifices made. Didn't know what kind of sacrifices exactly, but in my mind I was having this fear of losing my house and my car, and that's what happened. But I knew that there was the wings I had built to be a full-time artist were definitely there. But in order to do that, there had to be a lot of healing. And it's not about the material things. It's not about just being an artist and wanting to take my life into the next level of being a full-time artist and being well known around the world. I'm not just looking to sell paintings here in the US. I want to be around the world. I want to do murals around the world, and I will. I want to help other people. My activism, me being a facilitator for support groups, one of the best feelings in the world was just helping people, is helping people. And I want to continue doing that. But in order to do that, I can't be in a place of still learning and wanting to teach. I'm graduating at this point. This is what I feel like. My birthday's coming up. A lot of things are on the up and up. I'm getting ready to be around the world, and I'm really looking forward to that. But at the same time, I couldn't really teach anyone anything until I actually went through the process myself. And that's the emotional process. And when I tell you I've learned more about my own character, which has amazed me in so many ways, and then being able to be back around family was what I really needed, I can't ask for anything more. So, I said all that to say all of what I said. Yeah, I didn't even expect to say all of that. It's just what came out. But, yeah. Until the next time, I love y'all. Peace.